Stock markets, and joining me via phone to do this is an equities trader at Planet Capital Limited, Mr. Paul Lozum. Mr. Paul, are you there? Good afternoon. The market is up 0.16%. Gainers, we have PZ Thomas Worth, we have Mutual, we have Gregu Power, we have GT Co on the gainers list. For the losers for today, we have Academy Press, we have USCN, we have Fitzin, we have FTN Cocoa, we have ICO. The market is looking greenish at the moment. Mr. Paul Lozum, are you there? All right, then we'll try to connect with Mr. Paul. Looking at the performance of the market in days now, it's looking pretty good, but not really so significant. But Effiong Ekop is also seated in the studio. Effiong, 0.16% positive. What is your reaction to this today? And I'm also seeing Agric, FTN Cocoa here in the losers list today.
I see that the market has now completed a 3-day positive trading, responding in the same direction that we see fund managers showing up renewed interest in the market in the last 2-3 weeks. Volume is a problem. Volume has been shrinking, and even the value today, just 96 million that we trade, valued less than 2 billion. That is to say, even though people have interest in playing the markets, the volume of revenue or even the capital that they take to the markets, lower than expected. I think that the reason be this liquidity squeeze that everyone is talking in the economy. So that's alone. But the interest to play in the markets we see very well, because last week we traded in the positive territory 4 days. This week 3. So renewed interest to go back to the markets to do big businesses there. Only that there are certain elements in the larger economy that seems to be a drawback, to the ambition of many people going to, play the market. And we see that, those big securities whose prices are very, very cheap, they attract a lot of attention. And the banks too, as they used to play their role towards the end of the year, we see majority of them, taking that position. But then the volume is still the problem. Because we see on top equities today, or top trades, Access Corporation, you see ETI, you see GT Holdings, Zenith, all of them positioning themselves and showing, their ability, to reward our investors. But that cautious trade is the main thing that is making people do. And then speculators are still sitting on the windows, just looking for any little opportunity. They just apply to take, profit and then recede the market. So the character of the markets is just up, steady, down, up, steady, down.
It's exactly 2 weeks to the end of the year, Effiong. There will be some holidays, of course.
Exactly.
We'll be working, but of course, we'll have holidays, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year, and all. So what is your outlook generally? We should be able to, assume and, project for the end of 2022.
My outlook is that the banks are going to take the market to higher heights. At the
what about the telcos?
Yes, but the focus, the banks.
Okay.
It is December time is always for the banks, not only for the activity or the money that they will give people to spend.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But responding to industry order that all the financial institutions, they close up their balance sheets at that time. So that's happening. Investors will also aggregate the value that these banks have made in the last 3 quarters and then be able to say which one to move in for. So having said that, that attention goes to the banking subsector. I see the markets, no matter what happens, struggling to end activities in the positive territory. We've had it in the last 2 years where the markets against all odds, come up the last 1 week, you see it, positive things moving up and down. It will be the same way. But the issue of electioneering and the impact of political activities this particular December, it will be hot, very, very hot, in the sense that once you cross that, you enter the new year, it is just for the election. And so fund managers have critical time to look at analyzing their books and looking at the market critically, and the market will close positive. The margin may be just too little.
Thank you so much, Effiong Ekop there, my colleague. Do enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we have Paul. We have Mr. Paul Lozum now joining. Mr. Paul, if you can hear me, what is your reaction to the trading pattern for today?
Yeah, the trading market gained 0.17%. There was increased activities in the liquid segment of the market, notably Zenith Bank and Guaranty Trust Bank, especially in the light of what had happened in the fixed income space on Wednesday. Last week, Wednesday, the yield on the Treasury yield fell to for 364 days, fell to as low as 9.8 of many bonds, to the yield on them to fall down significantly. 10 years bond, which was going for as much as 50% yield before, has fallen to 14%. So that's causing improved interest in equity market space. And we could see strong demand for banks that would be giving very good dividend by next year, especially Zenith and Guaranty Trust Bank. We could see Zenith moving to over 24 naira today, and Guaranty trying to pick up as well. So today, investors are taking position in those securities that are going to give good dividends by between February and March next year. And apart from that, typically in pre-election years like this, we usually have bad years. This is 1 year that has defied that pre-election year syndrome in Nigeria. The market is up 15%, unlike previous pre-election years where you usually have a negative return. And the macro indicators are showing signs that maybe likely improvement in economic conditions coming maybe in 6 months' time when you have a new government. And why I say so is that inflation rate is increasing at a reducing rate. We're still having 21.47%, and we expect that it would moderate over time, especially with the contraction in the economic policy that is coming from the monetary authorities. The foreign interest rate is a signal that we have seen the worst from the rate hikes coming from central bank so far this year.
Right. I must thank you so much for that overview, Mr. Paul Lozum. Thank you so much, and compliments of the season to you.